Greetings everyone, you may call me Isacool or the Dot. Introductions to all, you shall possibly refer to me as Isacool or the Dot. I present many introducings to the whole audience. I refer to the people who see this. Later in the future, you possibly will or will not refer to me as Isacool or the Dot.
I communicate using my vocal cords in order to properly address everyone who so happenly are observing this. I proceed to directly mention the living life form that is of my species that are witnessing me referring to them. Somewhere far out on this abstract concept known as time, I refer to the people. By some chance, use your vocal cords to refer to me as Isacool or the Dot.
Okay, today I'm going to discuss about what happened to the Voice Candy podcast. Now, the Voice Candy podcast was started by Leon, and it originally comprised of me, Sarcasm, Leon, Ethan, and Toxie. I was the editor and recorder, and everything went swell at first, but one of the first major problems that surfaced was the fact that everyone was in different time zones, which made it quite difficult to get everyone on to record. And besides that, everyone had other things to do, which made it even harder to get everyone on to record. Now, because it was so difficult for everyone to get on to record, Ethan, one of our members, got frustrated by it and decided to abandon ship, which somewhat discouraged everyone else, but in place of him was a new member, Pasty. Now, as time went on, I was facing some personal issues regarding me, a principal, and a person who I personally considered to be my bully. Now, all y'all need to know is that at the end of the whole ordeal, I got my channel deleted, which was devastating to me. I've had the channel for years and worked on it for an entire year, and to see it getting destroyed by some dumbasses who were never even supposed to find it if it weren't for one of my loudmouth friends who just couldn't keep it secret, it was surely something that got me down. What did I do to provoke them? I insulted my bully, which, by the way, should obviously be expected. Do you think someone who has been threatening you with making exposed videos on you and leaking all your personal information should deserve your respect and be treated well by you? No. And apparently, they claimed another wrongdoing I committed was being racist. And what was the evidence there to back up this claim? Apparently, they pointed towards an offensive joke I made in the video I made about my bully. The same offensive joke my principal said I would get shot for. Now, there is a clear line between an offensive joke and a racial slur. And I'm not saying you can't get offended by the offensive joke, and you can't let the person know, hey, I was offended by that. Maybe you should not do that next time. But when you call someone racist over a joke, you're gonna need to break some walls in order for that to be a valid statement. Now, technically speaking, if someone were to say,
I hate niggers,
you cannot prove that the person is actually being hateful or not. For all you know, he's just being sarcastic, or is lying for no good reason, or is just saying random things. Hell, there's a lot of possibilities, especially when it's on the only way you can truly tell is by paying attention to the person's actions, or if they continually and sincerely admit they hate them, which I'm pretty sure most of you who are reasonable already know that by now, but I felt the need to talk over it anyways, just for those who are a little slow, and because I'm gonna show y'all exactly what I said. Now, due fair warning, my older videos were quite cringy, and I didn't know exactly what I was doing at the time. Also, this video was made around the time when Harambe was still a thing. So yeah. Mucus, I originally thought you were dead when news broke out. You dragged a child around your habitat and got shot by the zookeeper. But since you came to school, I just realized it was just your twin brother.
damn son.
Now, the reason why I didn't reply to him with that was because that would be a huge insult to Harambe. Now, another thing which provoked them is the fact I disagreed with my principal's claim that I would get shot for making that offensive joke. Now, one of the things I found absolutely ridiculous was the fact when I made a claim about my bully, my principal wouldn't believe me simply because I had no evidence, which was fair enough and reasonable. But when my bully made a claim about me, he believed it with no evidence required. Clowns! Don't you dare mention clowns around me again, you ass-eating asshole. Guys, I'm recording, the camera is right there. Now show me some respect and get out of here. I knew that already, I just want to fuck with you. Bye-bye. Oh yeah, one other thing. PewDiePie stole my... Not now, we'll talk about it later. As I was going through that situation, I was sure at the time that the Voice Candy podcast would be compromised as well, and they would pressure me to take it down. So I left the podcast thinking that the other members would do the editing and recording without me, but apparently they just let it go and claimed the Voice Candy podcast was over. Now one day as I was testing out Flash for the first time, I was suddenly reminded about the Voice Candy podcast, and decided to make my first animation with Flash involving all of the members in me. And as I was doing so, I then wanted to vent out all my frustrations. I then wanted to vent out all my frustrations. And talk about the whole situation. So I then slowly but surely made a video talking about what happened in code, which anybody who wasn't some dumbass normie could figure out. I did it in code just in case anybody from my school was subscribed to the podcast. Now, as I finished the video and uploaded it, I then decided to delete the other videos since they contained my name in the tags and description. And since the kids from my school saw my old videos containing my name in the tags and description, I figured there might have been a chance that the videos would be recommended to the kids at my school. So I figured just to delete them just in case. Now, I later realized I could have just edited the tags out and such so I would reduce the chance of that happening. But don't worry, I have most of the episodes unedited video on my computer, so I just need to re-edit them. So most of them should be back up soon. After that, if all goes well, then the Voice Candy podcast should be back up and running. Now some of you may be asking, since I brought it up, is my channel coming back? Well, I do not want to neither confirm nor deny if my channel will come back in public for several reasons, even though I know that it's relatively safe to do so on this channel. Now y'all are probably asking, why did I make the Lots of Sarcasm Potato video? Well, I just wanted to mostly fuck with him, and to double check if any of the kids from my school were subscribed, which I actually had to use the Google Analytics tab to figure out if there was anybody from my state watching me besides me, which I came to the conclusion that nobody besides me from my state are watching this. Also, Sarcasm told me that I managed to fool some of you into thinking that was actually him in the video, which, come on, we all know deep down inside that's actually him. He just doesn't want to admit it because he doesn't want to seem like some crazy conspiracy guy. Like, he literally made the same potato insult in one of his other videos on his channel. He isn't really in school, he's just been working on his other channel. Anyways, I asked if the reason he was complaining about the video was because people were convinced that that was him in the video. Which it is him. He didn't really answer the question with a simple yes or no, but I didn't really care. But what I really cared about was who did I manage to fool? So I kept asking him and he kept ignoring the question for some reason. All I wanted to know was who confronted him about it. So I kept asking him and he just wouldn't answer the question for some reason. So yeah, for any of those who got fooled, please let me know if I got you and if you confronted Sarcasm about it. I just want to know who I got. Anyways, I tried my best to explain what happened in the most amount of detail that I could at the moment, so there wouldn't be as many questions, and hell, there's still way more that I want to discuss about this, but for now, this is all y'all need to worry about. But if you do have any questions, please ask away. If I don't respond, that most likely means I'm uncomfortable answering for some reason. And finally, one other thing before I go. Discord link is in the description for any of you who care. Anyways, guys and gals, as you go through similar bullshit situations such as mine, just remember to stay cool. Eyes are cool.